Welcome back to Low Stress Math with Mrs. Bono. We are in Unit 5, Linear Functions, and page 37, Problem 5 from the Independent Practice of Lesson 7. This problem is separate from the others because I kind of ran out of time. But yeah, we are comparing linear functions. There's two functions on this page, even though it only looks like one because there's a big graph here, but reading tells us otherwise. Two friends are racing 30 meters to a tree. Since Justin is younger, blah, 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 blah. Wow, do I spell poorly? I put an O in Justin. Okay, whatever. So, since Justin is younger, his friend Brianna lets him have a 6-meter head start. Another spelling mistake. What am I up to today? The graph below shows the distance that Justin runs during the race, and the equation y equals 3x can be used to represent the distance y that Brianna has run after x seconds. Okay, so we already have Brianna as an equation. Y equals 3x. That's great. And that's Brianna. And here's Justin, and here's Justin's y. So she gave him a 6-meter head start. That's why this graph starts at 6. That's his head start. And she must not have started at 6. She started down here at 0. So what is Brianna's starting distance? Well, it's y equals 3x. There's no addition there, so she must have started at 0. You know what? I'm going to put Brianna in red. Brianna's distance was 0. Brianna started at 0. Who runs a faster rate? How do you know? Well, first of all, I have to know what rate is. And if I can't remember, I can always go and look back a little bit. So back here, a couple of pages, not a lot, a few pages. Back here on page 30, keywords. Slope can be rate of change, rate, or per. The y-intercept is the starting point, fixed rate, initial, begin, or first. So in this case, the y here is his starting point at 6 meters, and hers was at 0. But the rate, that is another word for slope. And we know 3 different ways to find slope. From an equation, you have an equation that's y equals mx plus b. The slope is m. So there's my slope. There's the rate that she's going to be running. So Brianna, Brianna, her equation is y equals 3x. So her rate is 3. Her m equals 3. But I'm going to make it over 1. Why? Because it's rise over run, and you should always have a fraction for a rate. Plus, now, when I put in the units, it's going to make more sense. Right, what are the units? Well, the rise unit is meters, so I'll put meters here on the rise part. And the run unit is seconds, so that goes on the bottom. So now her rate is 3 meters per second. That makes more sense, right? Now let's do Justin. Just in time. Don't sing by Bono, it's not a good thing. Here's Justin. And Justin, we have to do rise over run because it's a graph. So m equals rise over run. And he rises up to 30 from 6. So from 6 to 30, his rise is 24 meters. And his run from 0 to 12, his run is 12 seconds. So rise over run is 24 over 12. So that is 2 over 1 meters in 1 second. So who's faster? Brianna's running 3 meters per second and Justin is running 2 meters per second. So who's gonna win this race? Probably Brianna. She's running a lot faster. A meter is a big distance. It's about 2 steps. So who runs a faster rate? Brianna runs at a faster rate. And how do I know? I'm not stupid. 3 is greater than 2. There you have it. How much faster does the faster person run? Well, that's not so hard. She runs 3 meters per second minus his 2 meters per second. It's going to equal 1. And now you have to put the units. You always have to put the units. Meters per second. And how long will it take Brianna and Justin to each run 40 meters? 40 meters. I have to think again. Is that 40 meters going to be an X value or a Y value? Well, let's look. Here's meters, and it's Y. So meters is Y, then it's going to be Y equals 40. And now Brianna, our girl there, her equation was Y equals 3X. I'm going to put the 40 first because that's the Y. So 40 equals 3X. Divide by 3, divide by 3. What is she running? She is running a 13.3 seconds for 40 meters. That's Brianna. Let's label her. Now let's look at Justin. What's his equation going to be? Well, his slope m is 2, so he's going to start at y equals 2x. But remember, he had that head start plus 6. There's his equation. And now I still have to put the 40 first because the 40 is y equals 2x plus 6 minus 6 minus 6. 34 equals 2x. Divide by 2, divide by 2. 17 seconds for Justin. So who's going to win this one? How long will it take Justin and Brianna to each run 40 meters that they can? Well, Brianna's 13.3 and Justin is 17. It didn't ask me who won, but we know who the winner is. By the way, think about it. Who won that first race? Figure it out. It's not that easy. All right. Now, try the review for the test. Talk to you soon. Take care.